Brought to you by Penguin.
The Favourite by Fran Littlewood. Read by Fiona Button. Part 1. Vivienne, Sunday morning. Even from this distance, Vivienne can hear the cultish drone of the singing bowls, and she rolls her eyes as she comes along the dark path between the trees. The wind is pinning her skirt to her crotch, wrapping her legs in thick indigo silk, and she's hoping it will also be blowing the smell of the secret Marlborough Gold she's just smoked from her hair, her face, as she makes her way back towards the gathering at the bottom of the slope. Although she hasn't obliged, they were supposed to dress in autumn colours to match the season, and, as the path tracks to the right, she glimpses the red and yellow and orange and green of the rest of them. The naming ceremony is over, thank God. A tick-box DIY humanist thing that, according to Alex, all the South London mumfluencers are going in for right now. "Oh, it felt like a good idea at the time," her eldest daughter had murmured, as they'd lugged boxes of decorations and fold-away furniture, a bubble machine and all the rest of it from the car into the forest earlier that morning. They'd found a relatively sheltered spot, and Alex and the others had wound paper lanterns through the trees, then hammered in a complicated gazebo that had whipped and snapped throughout, as if a malevolent presence was lurking. Most of the lanterns had blown away and are tangled now in far-off branches. But for Vivienne, the lowest point had come when she'd been ambushed into making a promise to the baby. They all had. But she'd been first up, and, put on the spot like that, she couldn't remember the name of her newest grandchild. "I'd like to propose a long and happy life to our little Betty," she'd gushed, finally, too loudly. It was the wrong name. There was a frozen moment until, somewhere behind her, Nancy had tried and failed to disguise a laugh as a cough. In the same moment, Alex had corrected Vivienne's mistake with a blank face, as though if she reacted minimally, maybe it hadn't happened. Maybe her own mum hadn't forgotten her baby daughter's name, and they could all swiftly erase it from their collective memory. Dolly, she reminds herself now, like the cloned sheep, or the country singer with boobs the size of a baby's head. She will not get away with this, she knows. Alex will be watching her, scrutinising her for signs of dementia for the rest of the week. At the top of the incline where the trees thin out, she stops to catch her breath. It's more exposed here, and her hair wraps her face, yanked diagonally like the bending trees. She imagines she looks like a forest hag, someone who would scare the grandchildren. Each time she pushes hair out of her eyes, her mouth, it thwacks right back. It's the windiest day of the year so far, of the decade, in fact. She knows this because Eva's new partner, Scott, had informed them all over breakfast that morning before kicking off a small meteorological sermon-turned-climate change horror story that had made her want to tip her glass of grapefruit juice across the vast slate table, just to make him stop. The singing bowls were his idea, too. He'd produced them from his backpack in the forest with a flourish. Ta-da! And the look on Alex's face had made Vivienne want to laugh. She'd seen her daughter open her mouth to say no, then watched her falter, not wanting to sour the atmosphere. Vivienne doesn't like Scott. She can't help it. Privately, she worries he's after Eva's money. A gold digger. Which does her youngest daughter a massive disservice, she's aware, but she can tell she's not alone. Alex and Nancy give each other significant looks whenever he opens his mouth. They're none too subtle about it either. Still, he's right. It is windy and cold, and she's wishing she'd packed a warmer coat. How soon could Amazon deliver one to this middle-of-nowhere place, she wonders. One of those duvet coats like a pupa, the kind that restrict your walking. Although, of course, she shouldn't be shopping on Amazon at all because of the shameless tax dodging and the rest. She knows this. She means to stop. She turns sideways to come down the slope. There's been rain in the night, and the leaves are slippery.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?